Hello, I'm Amy.
Hi, I'm Apoorva.
Hi, I'm Havisha.
And I'm Monish, and we're all representatives of CYC's Junior Business Analyst Program. Today, our team is being tasked with consulting for Carson's Cleaning Company. In this presentation, we'll first introduce some background information before getting into the current company problems, opportunities, and some recommendations. To begin, the current market is highly fragmented with no clear frontrunner in the cleaning industry. Cleaning companies usually tend to be local to the area, as it's uncommon for a cleaning industry to become a franchise. With the pandemic occurring, the demand for cleaners dropped dramatically. In a typical month, we service roughly 150 upper-class homes, but this business is usually from family, friends, and referrals, which keeps our business consistent. Additionally, the cost of our services is about $200 in the Metro Atlanta area, and each crew consists of about 3 people with a supervisor monitoring them at all times. When our company began, we were approaching a pandemic. Unlike most agencies, our company boomed during this time period as we hired cheap labor, and our clientele was primarily composed of family, friends, and referrals, as said before, who trusted our safety. Assuming we do about 150 homes a month, our profit is approximately $360,000 annually. Initially, there were tons of layoffs during this time period, so we were able to give our workers an hourly wage about $7.25 an hour for 3 hours, doing approximately 30 homes monthly. This meant that the amount we paid our workers annually was about $117,000. Our supervisor were also paid $40,000 a year on salary, constituting of $160,000. Additionally, about $1,000 for maintenance, $4,800 for transportation, and about $300 for unsatisfactory labor, assuming we had about 5 unsatisfactory jobs a year, gives us a net income of about $76,000, which is equivalent to about 21% of profit margin. This is a decent estimate, but not a great amount in today's market, as cost of supplies have been inflated substantially following the pandemic.
Next, we're going to delve into the present market conditions and the specifics of the business problem we're trying to solve. The cleaning service industry is predicted to reach $10 billion by 2026. 80% of households expect to use residential cleaning services by the end of 2022 due to a number of dual income households. There are some supply chain struggles in the current market due to the rising cost of supplies. Another problem the current industry is facing is the lack of staffers due to not increasing pay. The biggest threat to the cleaning industry includes the lack of staffing and rising competition. The current business problems that we are trying to solve is the loss of profitability. Carson's Cleaning Company is incurring costs at a higher rate than they are bringing in revenue, and therefore their profits are going down. We have determined that the loss of profits is due to worker wages increasing over time. We have around 150 clients, and the price is same for each client, and we compared our company to other companies in an upper middle class suburb in Metro Atlanta. A crew of 3 cleaners working about 3 houses per hour will make $200 a house. The total number of houses is 150, which is $360,000 a year. While this may not have been the rate every single month, it remains the same for every residence and is the most accurate when sized with other cleaning companies in the area. Assuming that worker wages become $10 an hour for 15 workers, we are paying workers $160,000 annually and the supervisors $160,000 annually. The money remaining without consideration of other fixed costs such as transportation and maintenance is $30,000. Because the business started in 2019, for this annual year, operational costs do not matter because equipment has already been secured. However, for replacing supplies, we put away $1,000 annually. Taking about 5 unsatisfactory jobs a year with inflated worker wage, we're losing about $500 of worker labor annually, and transportation costs go to about $6,000 a year. After these variable and fixed costs are taken into consideration, the business has $22,500 left. Compared to what our company used to make annually, which was $77,000, that's a huge decline in profits that comes from labor no longer being cheaply provided.
Now we can delve into the opportunities that the company can take to increase profitability. Here are some pricing strategies we have determined to increase profitability. Number 1, cut labor costs, and this would solve the problem as increasing labor costs is the reason the company's profits are declining. So an increase in revenue would ultimately increase profits as well. Increasing prices of service would also help solve the problem because there would be a higher house payoff and could make up for some of the increasing labor costs. And lastly, expanding the consumer base would also mean targeting other tax brackets, making more loyal consumers, and possibly getting more referrals. We could establish this bigger consumer base through an online presence. Some of our social impact opportunities include, sorry, could you go back to the previous slide? Number one, focusing on sustainability, which would create a more environmentally friendly image. Number two, focusing on labor empowerment by expanding career growth potential within the company. And number three, improving worker compensation to combat the lack of workers in the industry. By establishing both a social media presence and a new referral discount incentive system, we could boost media traffic while generating leads and incentivize customers to promote our business on social media and gain more referrals. And that would enhance our name recognition and expand clientele.
And now we will move into our recommendations. So our short-term action rollout strategy and benefits is to develop an online presence, both with social media marketing and creating a referral system. Because sales are mostly through referrals, the only way to truly expand within a local community is to target other tax brackets within the community. So developing an online presence, whether it be a website, which may be too expensive for 2023, but can be considered in the future, or social media, which is preferred right now as it is cheaply done, is key to expanding the market. The current advertising with flyers and newspapers is common, but people don't really check that anymore. And it could save a lot of printing fees as well. And you could additionally use a referral system, which discounts loyal members if they were to refer 3 or more people, and so on and so forth. And the reason we won't follow through with the other solution is because cutting labor costs could collapse the entire business, especially when there are less than 20 employees to begin with. And another factor is the company motto itself of labor empowerment. So increasing the price of services can be done incrementally, but cannot be done enough to make up for the loss of profits. And as for labor empowerment and social impact, sustainability within the cleaning market has become a huge factor of import. So trading out supplies for more sustainable methods can also be a matter of advertisement on social media, as there's been a general trend of philanthropic attitudes in respect to sustainability. And as for employee empowerment, a good method of lifting up local labor is to create a cleaner supervisor track within the company instead of hiring supervisors externally. And as we mentioned before, cleaning is usually a side hustle for many workers, and the opportunity of a full-time job within the company can increase worker morale as well. So this is the best way to empower labor, as well as to fight the threat of staffing problems that the cleaning industry is currently facing. So here is our action timeline from spring 2023 to spring 2025. So we have 2 short-term goals that should be achieved during spring 2023. And these goals include creating a social media presence and implementing the referral reward system, as we went over before, and advertising that. And a more long-term goal by spring 2025 should be to hire more local workers as the client base expands and to keep worker productivity high. And in the long run, we should also aim on expanding the middle class tax bracket and expanding the event cleaning segment in the company. So based on the future profit rates and the success of this segment within the company, further discussions on future developments can follow. Thank you.